Hello, teachers! Immerse yourself in a unique method of teaching and learning English through the integration of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. The focus of cognitive behavioral therapy is to restructure cognition, diverting from the negative thought patterns often associated with language learning. Cognitive behavioral therapy concentrates on the interconnectedness of thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are intricately linked in a continuous cycle of influence, often referred to as the cognitive behavioral triangle. Thoughts. Our interpretations and beliefs about a situation directly shape our emotions. For instance, if you perceive a friend's cancellation as a personal rejection, you might feel hurt or angry. Emotions. These feelings then influence our actions or behaviors. In the above example, those feelings of hurt might lead you to withdraw from social interaction or respond with a sharp comment. Behaviors. Our actions can also reinforce or change our original thoughts. If you isolate yourself, it might confirm your belief that you're unlikable, deepening the negative emotions. This cycle highlights the interconnectedness. Thoughts can trigger emotions. Emotions can drive behaviors. Behaviors can reinforce or challenge thoughts. Understanding this cycle empowers us to intervene and disrupt unhelpful patterns. By identifying and challenging negative thoughts, we can regulate our emotions and choose more positive and constructive behaviors. This, in turn, can lead to a more positive outlook and a greater sense of control over our lives. Now, let's learn cognitive restructuring, a process that pushes learners to confront and modify their self-limiting beliefs and attitudes. By doing so, they cultivate a more robust, positive mindset. To perform cognitive restructuring, start by identifying negative thought patterns that may hinder language learning progress. Encourage learners to challenge these thoughts by questioning their validity and seeking evidence to support or refute them. Then, guide learners to reframe these negative thoughts into more positive and realistic ones. This process fosters a more empowering mindset where students view challenges as opportunities for growth, leading to increased confidence and a greater willingness to take risks in language learning. Understanding and identifying activating events. Emotional triggers that can result in negative thought patterns are crucial steps in this process of cognitive restructuring, shifting away from negativity and towards a growth mindset. Teachers can identify activating events through a combination of observation, open communication, and creating a safe space for expression. Here's a breakdown. Observation. Paying close attention to students' reactions during class can be revealing. Notice when a student seems unusually upset, withdrawn, or frustrated. What activity or comment preceded this change in behavior? Was there a specific task, feedback, or social interaction that might have triggered a negative emotional response? Open communication. Encourage an open and trusting relationship with students. Create opportunities for them to express their thoughts and feelings, either one-on-one or in small groups. Ask open-ended questions like, what makes learning English difficult for you? Or, are there any situations in class that make you feel uncomfortable? Listen actively and without judgment. Creating a safe space for expression. Some students may hesitate to share their struggles openly. Consider using anonymous surveys, journaling prompts, or creative activities to encourage expression. Ensure that students feel comfortable sharing their experiences without fear of judgment or ridicule. Additionally, teachers can look out for specific signs that could indicate an activating event. Verbal cues. Students might express negative thoughts or beliefs directly, like saying, "I'm not good at this," or "I'll never understand this." Nonverbal cues. Watch for changes in body language, such as slumped posture, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting. Performance changes. A sudden drop in performance, lack of participation, or increased errors could be signs of underlying emotional distress. By remaining observant, fostering open communication, and creating a safe environment, teachers can proactively identify activating events and help students challenge and reframe their negative thought patterns. This proactive approach empowers learners to adopt a growth mindset and achieve their full language learning potential. Recognizing these events allows us to work together with our students to identify the root causes of language learning challenges, then address them properly through the methods we explore. A cognitive distortion is a habitual way of thinking that is often inaccurate and negatively biased. These distorted thought patterns can impact our emotions, behaviors, and overall well-being. Imagine your brain is like a filter. It processes information and shapes your perception of reality. Cognitive distortions happen when this filter gets stuck in a particular pattern, leading to exaggerated or irrational interpretations of events. Common cognitive distortions exist in every aspect of life, and language learning is no exception. We'll look into how to address these distortions and counter them with optimistic, constructive thinking. Next, we'll unveil some hands-on strategies and techniques for cognitive restructuring aimed at empowering your learners to transform their responses to these thought pattern triggers. These strategies involve integration of mindfulness techniques, positive affirmations, and encouraging learners to reframe language mistakes as opportunities, not setbacks. Reframing language involves consciously shifting from negative or limiting expressions to more positive and empowering ones. This subtle shift can profoundly impact our mindset and behavior. For example, instead of saying, "I'm terrible at this," try, "I'm still learning and improving." By replacing self-criticism with self-compassion and focusing on progress, you create a more encouraging internal dialogue. Similarly, rephrasing, "I can't do this," to "This is challenging, but I'm willing to try," fosters a growth mindset and opens the door to possibilities. Consistently practicing language reframing can cultivate greater optimism, resilience, and a belief in your ability to overcome challenges. Observe students' reactions closely during class. Note any unusual upset, withdrawal, or frustration, and try to identify the preceding trigger, a task, feedback, or social interaction. Assessing and monitoring the process of cognitive restructuring is key to understanding its impact. It allows us to make informed adjustments to the strategies in use. Observe students' reactions closely during class. Note any unusual upset, withdrawal, or frustration, and try to identify the preceding trigger, a task, feedback, or social interaction. Assessment tools like self-reflection journals let students express feelings related to language learning challenges. It allows us both to track their progress and setbacks over time. Foster open communication by cultivating a trusting relationship with your students. Create opportunities for them to express themselves, whether through one-on-one conversations, small group discussions, or even anonymous surveys and journaling prompts. Use open-ended questions to encourage deeper reflection, and always listen actively and without judgment. Remember, creating a safe space where students feel comfortable sharing their experiences without fear of ridicule is key to understanding their emotional triggers and fostering a supportive learning environment. The lasting impact of CBT integrated language learning. Integrating cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, techniques into language instruction doesn't just yield immediate results in the classroom. It has the potential to create long-term, positive effects on learners' lives. Enhanced confidence and resilience. Overcoming fear of failure. CBT helps students reframe their perception of mistakes as opportunities for growth, fostering resilience and reducing anxiety. Building self-efficacy. By recognizing and challenging self-limiting beliefs, students develop a greater sense of self-efficacy and confidence in their language learning abilities. Improved emotional regulation. CBT equips learners with strategies to manage negative emotions like frustration or anxiety, leading to a more positive and productive learning experience. Sustainable learning habits. Metacognitive awareness. Through CBT techniques, learners gain insights into their thought processes and learning styles, empowering them to become more independent and self-directed learners. Problem-solving skills. CBT encourages learners to identify and address learning challenges proactively, fostering a problem-solving mindset that extends beyond the language classroom. Intrinsic motivation. By fostering a sense of autonomy and competence, CBT integrated instruction promotes intrinsic motivation, inspiring students to continue their language learning journey even outside the classroom. Transferable life skills. Effective communication. The focus on clear thinking and expression in CBT translates into improved communication skills in both the target language and learner's native tongue. Stress management. The coping mechanisms and relaxation techniques learned in CBT can be applied to various aspects of life, leading to reduced stress and improved overall well-being. Adaptability and flexibility. By cultivating a growth mindset and problem-solving skills, learners become better equipped to handle challenges and adapt to new situations, both inside and outside the language learning environment. CBT integrated language learning offers benefits that extend far beyond the classroom. It equips learners with valuable skills and strategies that empower them to become more confident, resilient, and self-directed individuals. The long-term impact of this approach can be seen in improved academic performance, enhanced communication, increased motivation, and overall well-being. Remember, fostering a positive mindset starts with recognizing thoughts that trigger negative emotions. By guiding students to reframe those thoughts into more empowering ones, we pave the way for positive behaviors and create a more conducive learning environment where students feel confident and motivated. Doing so ensures continuous improvement and refinement of this promising approach in English language learning. It empowers learners to develop a more resilient, growth-oriented mindset towards language acquisition. So, let's start this transformative journey towards a better, more effective teaching approach.